With just 3 events to go in the 3rd season of the Team Quadrilla Marble League, the stakes begin to get higher, and teams begin to be eliminated from championship contention. We are here at the Gauntlet Run, same course as we saw in the qualifiers. Each team will get 1 run down the course, and where each of the marbles falls in the holes or out of the sides, they will get points from 1 to 8, and it's the sum of the marbles totals that will get the team total. After the last event, the Red Lotus with another bronze medal, they have taken the championship lead ahead of the Valley Dashers, and the Green Lotus also rose up to 2nd place. The Shadow Riders are winners of the last event with Gloom, will be starting us off, and they won their group in Gauntlet Run in the qualifiers. So they should be doing well here, and we have one of them all the way goes to the end, and another one also, so they will get 2 finishers. That's 2 marbles that will get a full 8 points. Oh, one of them falls down in the 1, and one of them in the 5. But I think overall this was a pretty good total and pretty good benchmark for the other teams to stack up to. 22 points, 5, 8, 1, and 8, and they go into provisional first. Now Team Atlantic in second. They are down in 14th in the standings, already eliminated from championship contention. This is not the showing the home team wanted or aspired for coming to the main season, but they are hoping to get a late medal to close it out, but I don't think it's going to happen. They'll get 1 all the way to the end, but the other 3 fall down very quickly. They get 2 marbles that fall down in the 2, 1 in the 1, and so Manatee of Team Atlantic tries to salvage it with an 8, but it's only good enough for 13. This has been a season to forget for Team Atlantic. Now, Valley Dashers, the team that just lost the championship lead to the Red Lotus and is hoping to catch up, but they didn't do too good in the Gauntlet Run in the qualifiers. When Valley do to lead their team, a lot of bumping, and it's a terrible run, all of them falling in the 1 or the 2. The Valley Dashers, this is exactly the opposite of what they needed. They get 2 in the 1 and 2 in the 2, one of them just going off the side. That is something we've never seen before, and that is just 6 points for the Valley Dashers. That is the worst run in the Gauntlet Run that we have ever seen, counting all of the ones we saw in the qualifiers. It's exactly what the Valley Dashers did not need. Now the Hazelnuts, led by Filbert, their new captain, and Chestnut is also in the lineup at the back. And this is much better already than the Valley Dashers. They will get 1 finisher, and it's the reserve Chestnut subbed into this event and proving dividends because they make it all the way to the end. The other 3 didn't make it to the end, but they did have 1 6. I think that's by their captain, and then one just 1 2 and 1 1. But it's still good enough for 17 points, and that is 2nd place pretty comfortably, ahead of Team Atlantic and the Valley Dashers. Now the Poison Ivy, team that has been getting so many silvers but just cannot get a gold. They still have not gotten a single gold medal in the Team Quadrilla Marble League. They're all the way up there in 4th, trying to get another podium finish overall. They'll get no finishes, but fairly consistent run all throughout. Everyone made it past the 1, just 1 in the 2, 2 in the 3 though, but one of them makes it all the way down to a 7th, so close to the end, and that consistency will help them get 15 points. Not quite that great, not as good as the Hazelnuts or the Shadow Riders, who no one has beaten yet, but still better than 2 teams. Now, Majestic Melons, Honeydew leading the team. No lineup changes for this team, despite having lineup changes in previous events. They get 1 of them straight down to the end. That's their captain, Honeydew, but the other 3, not good. 2 1s and 1 3, I think that is. So despite their captain making it all the way down to the end, it's only a 13. They do beat Team Atlantic based on the tiebreaker. That is still not a good run whatsoever. Now the Celestials. Celestials that have been very good in the middle of the Team Quadrilla Marble League in their rookie season. Definitely the best of the 3 rookies that we have in this A division. Oh, but it's not a good run. Completely getting in each other's ways at the beginning. You can see too much shuffling between the marbles there. And 2 drops on in the 2, 2 drops on in the 3 for just 10 in total. So they are in penultimate, only better than the Valley Dashers. I don't think anyone's going to do worse than them. Nightmare performance for former championship leaders. Now the Aquamarines. Aquamarines did okay in this event in the qualifiers, but a gold medal just 2 events ago, and it's similarly not a good run. These teams are struggling in the Gauntlet Run. I think we definitely did see overall better performances in the qualifiers. Not sure if it's the nerves or if there's anything different with the conditions here today, but just 3 threes and 1 1 from Sapphire means it's just 10. They do beat the Celestials based on the number of threes. That's the tiebreaker, so they are in 6th, not 7th. But still, no one has beaten the Shadow Riders. The last event's gold medalists are still on top after the first half. Now, Green Lotus. We have a lineup change here. Lilypad at the front. Plant is still in lineup in 3rd, but oh, complete chaos. I think Lilypad, did they make it all the way to the end? We'll have to see. Look at this. Just complete chaos right from the get-go. Marbles going everywhere, backward, forward, and they do salvage some decent points. Oh, Lilypad only got 6, and Clover got 5, and the other 2 are 2 and 1. So it's 14 for the Green Lotus, but still, that's good enough for 4th place. Out of 9 runs, that is pretty surprising. Teams really, really struggling in this event. Efficient Eggs. What can they do? They did good in this event in the qualifiers. But it's a terrible run. That was almost as bad as the Valley Dashers, I think. They will get 1, 2 in the 1, and 2 in the 2, so it's exactly the same in terms of points as the Valley Dashers. And the Efficient Eggs, they have been slipping as of late, and they will only get 6 points, tied in 9th, last with the Valley Dashers. But now the championship leaders, the Red Lotus, they also have the record from the qualifiers with 27 points. With the Valley Dashers doing poorly here and the Green Lotus also only getting 14, this is a good opportunity for them to stretch that margin, but it's happened again. The Red Lotus also fall apart similarly, and that's once again 2 in the 1 and 2 in the 2. And so they are in a 3-way tie with the other 2 at the bottom. And with the Red Lotus, the championship leaders, getting a bottom spot in this event, this is another opportunity for other teams in the middle of the pack to catch up. What can the Bauble Squad do? The Bauble Squad did okay in the qualifiers after 2 terrible runs. Will they be able to follow up? Well, they have 3 still on the course, 2 finishers, 1 very close to it, and that is how you do the Gauntlet Run. The Bauble Squad, they should take the lead. If not, it will come very close to it. The mark is 22 set by the Shadow Riders. 1 fell in the 2 or the 3. Oh, one of them, I'm not sure if that would be classified as an 8 or a 7. They fell off just behind, and it's not an 8, it's a 7, but it doesn't matter. 25 points with a 7 and an 8, and a 2 and an 8, and they, by 3 points, have taken the lead over the Shadow Riders. That is how you do the Gauntlet Run. Now the Yellow Lotus, they are reverting to their previous lineup, which helped them do well in this event in the qualifiers, with Sunflower at the front, but they completely fall apart. The other 2 marbles behind them got down to about a 4, so they do manage to salvage decent points, but I think it's 2 4s and 2 1s for the Yellow Lotus. There got 2 early medals in the Team Quadrilla Marble League, but have been dropping off as of late, and so it's just 10, tied with some other teams on 10, but beating them based on the number of 4-point scores. Now Icicles. Icicles have had a terrible run of form of late. They are in last place in the standings. What can they do to potentially claw it back and have a decent end to the season? It will be okay by one of their marbles. One of their marbles goes all the way down to the 8. That's a couple of 1s in there, and 1 4, I think. So it's not going to be a great run. I don't think it's going to challenge for a medal, but it is 5th place. 14 tied with the Green Lotus, but it beats them on the tiebreaker because Stalactite made it all the way down to the 8. Now the Slime Balls, in the penultimate run, are defending champions. They also have a lineup change like they've had so many times. Muddy in the front and Viscous the reserve in the back. Oh, managed to get past the beginning well, and 2 of them will fall in the 7, coming in contact, and 1 of them in the 8. But I think one of their early marbles, falls down in the 2, and so I'm not sure if those will beat the Bauble Squad. It will be very close, with 1 2 2 7s and 1 8. It's 24 points and 1 point behind the Bauble squad. Second place for the Slime Ball, so close to another gold medal. What can the Deep Divers do? Deep Divers, can they salvage just one medal at least? So uncharacteristic of this team to have gotten no medals up until the 14th event, and a lot of marbles dropping off early. Their captain will get all the way to the end. I don't think it'll be enough. Deep Divers, I think their medal drought will continue and they will not be a factor in the final results. They will get 16, and that is 5th place. Now, with 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4, Deep Divers get a respectable finish, but now, tiebreaker for 4th. This is the 14th. This is the bottom 3 teams, the Valley Dashers, Fishing Tags, and the Red Lotus. Only their captains will go. The Valley Dashers, their captain, didn't do too well, just 3 points. Now, Scramble from the Efficient Eggs. Also 3 points, bumping side to side. And now, what can Red Lotus do? If they beat 3, they will automatically get 14th and will go to another tiebreaker for 15th. And they do! They go all the way to the end! Water Lily of the Red Lotus makes it all the way to the end. Where was that in their actual run? But nonetheless, Red Lotus will salvage 2 points from this event. Now, Valley Dashers and Efficient Eggs for just 1 point in 15th. Valley Dashers with Valley, they make it all the way down to the 7. So the Efficient Eggs don't beat that. They are getting 16th. Can the Valley Dashers have salvaged 1 point? But Scramble makes it all the way to the 8. And so, Efficient Eggs beat Valley Dashers to 15th. They will get 1 point, and Valley Dashers gets no points from this event. But it is the Bauble squad that have the highest total, 25 points, to the Slime Balls 24, and the Bauble squad have gotten their 2nd gold medal of the season. The Slime Balls, that is their first silver, I think their 5th medal, trying to repeat championships after season 2. And the Shadow Riders get a bronze. I think that's their first bronze ever, and their 2nd medal after their gold in the last event. Very well done to the Shadow Riders Slime Balls and the Bauble squad getting on the podium after event 14. The Red Lotus have still holding the lead by only 2 points ahead of the Green Lotus. Slime Balls now usurp the Valley Dashers into 3rd. Poison Ivy dropped to 5th as well. Bauble squad rise up to 6th. And look at this, everyone from the Majestic Melons down cannot win the championship, and everyone from the Yellow Lotus down cannot make the final podium.